because of the issue. Sorry about that if anybody saw that. I'm gonna wait till I see somebody come in here to even start talking, just so nobody misses anything, because nobody likes to go back. What's going on, Harvey Black? All right, so Brittany, I am. If you are you on the balcony? I'm gonna come out here. I'm in the light. If you look straight out across the street towards where that wedding was at, that's where I'm at. I see you. You're coming out the door. Let me flip you around so we can see where Brittany's at. There's Brittany. Everybody say hi, Brittany. That is horrible quality. There's the kids waving from the condo. You got people above you just staring at me. That's funny. Dad, I see you. What's going on, guys? So, I actually got a phone call and it messed up the stream. So, that's why it was buffering and it would not let me end it. It would not let me modify it. It would not let me change anything. So, I just turned everything off, turned it back on, and now I'm back out here. So, where I was at, I was talking about the animal that I got rid of so that I could have more time to focus on school. Um, we've got a new puppy. Um, she is going to be there for animal protection. We're thinking about breeding her so that we could maybe sell some livestock guardian puppies, or give some away to friends and family that, have farms and would like to have that kind of protection. And so she is a Pyrenees Anatolian mix. We actually um, found the person that had these puppies through Paragon Ridge Ranch down in Tulsa. And so we don't have a puppy. It's a territory. That's right. Um, so we have a love-hate relationship in the house with her right now. She is a little hurricane. She tore up everything. She cost us thousands of dollars in the first month. She tore up my incubator cord. She's tore up iPhone chargers. I the Apple Watch chargers. Um, what else was it? There was something that she chewed up that was real expensive. I can't remember what it was off the top of my head. Oh, she chewed up some Xbox headset, the cords on the headset to go to the controller. Um, there was something else. Oh, she chewed up our kind of new to us Shark vacuum cleaner cord. Um, what else has she chewed up? She chews up about anything that's got a cord or string. She's actually we have our third headset controller. Riley says, she's sweet. What are you talking about? She is sweet, but that's why there's a love-hate relationship. So, so here's how the love-hate relationship is. When she's in the house, she is a little devil. When she's outside, she is the sweetest dog. She's right there by your side, um, just roaming around, playing with the other animals. She doesn't terrorize any of the animals except for the other dogs. But she's a puppy, and like they just wrestle. And Jake and Marshmallow are very accepting of her, and they're real nice with her, and they don't do anything but take all of the jumping on and the biting on. I think Isaiah and Brittany are coming over here. Actually, you can see 3/4 of the family. We got little Isaiah running up here. Watch for glass, buddy. What you doing? Hey, look. See this, Isaiah? See that fence? Don't touch it. Okay? Don't go in there. Don't go close to it. Because look, come here. Look, it says danger. See the big red words? Can you see the yellow? That's the electrical symbol. At the bottom, see this word right here? Can you read that word? Sound it out. Try to sound it out. Try it. No. Say it. What is it? No. What's that letter? Okay. Come on. What letter is it? What's the sound it make? Come on. So say this first letter plus this letter together. Are you cold? Can you say this word? You're close. Here. Do you know the two sounds that makes? You had the first one. Electrical? Yeah, so I wouldn't touch the fence just in case, but let me flip this around.
How's it electrical?
It just is. I don't know what. This could be a power supply or something. So yes, don't touch that. Where'd Brittany go? Where's your mom at? She went back up? You just wanted to come down here? Alright, I'm gonna go check and see what you guys' messages said.
Dad, I know what it is. Electrical in here.
There is electrical in there. Alright, so Susie Jacobson. I love bigger puppies. She's a little tornado. Our puppy is almost 2 now. Our puppy is now just a little over 5 months. And she's bigger than him. She will jump up and knock him down and just tear him up. Not in a bad way, but she just annoy the mess out of him. She chewed shoes. Yes. Actually, right here. Flip this around. I don't have the other croc on here. See? Because she chewed up this.
You got mad.
Yep.
And you got mad at killing us.
You're cleaning the car. Do you need me to come over there and help you?
Yeah.
We got too much of a car. But yeah, there's the reason why I'm over here is the light. But they got these brick barricades over here. I highly doubt that the fence is gonna shock us, but I'm just keeping him in his distance because he likes to get into stuff too, like the little puppy. Huh? What do you think about this place out here? I don't know if, can you guys hear that music? I need to probably get away from it so it's not giving me a strike, because that's the last thing I need. We can go over, let's go by, you want to go by the tennis courts, Isaiah? I'm gonna, keep watching an eye out. So, it's gonna be dark, but you can hear me, but we're gonna take you to the tennis courts. We're gonna follow this path right here with the nice warm lights. We got 8 people in here. Smash that thumbs up, guys. We're gonna walk through the sand here. Let's see, I'm gonna turn this around, see if you can see. You can kind of see the sand. Take another shower. This sand's not as soft. Oh, anyways, Is the sand cold here? Oh, it is cold.
It feels
Dogs are stupid for 2 years. I will say this. Um, Marshmallow, which is our black and white Newfoundland, Pyrenees, Bernese Mountain Dog mix. He, we got him at a year old, and he just digs, and digs, and he still digs, but he only digs now when it's like real hot. He'll just dig down so he can like lay in it. Other than that, like, I can't blame this on him, but he will get caught around stuff all the time. Like, I have a partially built shelter that I had my rabbits in, and he just gets caught up in all of the beams that are going up and down. I keep mine in a kennel when I'm not watching her. All my dogs live outside.
Except for Remy.
Remy lives outside now too.
Because she's a big girl.
Yeah, we could not wait. What are you doing? We could not wait for Remy to go outside because she was terrorizing everything and us, and she was because I hear basketballs. There is a basketball hoop. I said basketball coop. That's how you know you live on a farm, huh? What's this? I'm just making sure what this sign says, so we're not like going somewhere that we have to like pay for or something. Okay, I think we're good to go in. You're okay. You're okay. Let me turn this up. You want to go in there? You can if you want to. I'll stand over here so I'll stand right here so you can see. I don't think so. Let's see. So everybody. It says it's only for kids ages 3 to 5. Where are you? Are you going in there? What are you gonna do? You going in or staying out? It says only that old? Yeah? Yeah. But you know what? Chick-fil-A's play place says you have to be under the age of 3. And your sister is 10 years old and she plays in there. I think you're gonna be okay. You wanna go in there and play? You're good. Go in there and play. I'll watch you. I'm gonna come over here in the light. Go in there. You can play. I'll stand right here for you. Isaiah, go in there and play. Alrighty. Mine is an inside dog for protection. And you have... I was gone for a week and she didn't know it was me coming in, and her hair was standing up. She was ready to attack. Oops. She was ready to attack. I hurried and called her name. Thank God she stopped. What are you doing? I don't know if you guys can see this. It's too late for all this energy, man. He is so worried about being older than 5, but he wants to climb up a slide. Where you going? Are you done already? They get second. I get second winds, and I don't even know if I get a second wind. I would just call it a first wind. I'll be tired at work all day, ready to take a nap, a few naps, and 9 p.m. happens, and I'm wired. You wanna go look at the basketball court? We only got one person in here. We only got one person watching us. I'm not gonna be super weird and film people in here playing. Looks like a dad and her child. His child. You what? We don't have a basketball. Can we? Maybe. Hello. Good night, Riley. Let's go look over here. Listen to him. Listen to him. What'd you say? Where you going? You gotta talk to the camera, dude. What'd you say to your sister? Is there a sprinkler going on? Isaiah, where you at? Harvey, I have not heard of the big crackdown. Please inform me. What's happened? What have I missed? Or have I not missed anything? Riley, he said, Sissy. He said, Sissy, make sure you subscribe. Okay. I did not plan on talking about that in my videos anyway, because people are very sensitive over that topic, and people don't like to hear the opposite opinion of their own, so I just leave it alone. But if you're curious and you're wondering my stance on it, you can add me on Instagram and you can ask, and I'll tell you. I'm going to be a grandma again, 20 years apart. My son is 21. Congratulations. How are you doing, Dawn? How are you? It's been a long time. Let me talk to you, Dawn, about something you're very familiar with. When I'm at work, I usually listen to like music, and I'll just pop in like YouTube, and I'll play something, and I will watch. Hey, don't hit that, because it's right by the camera and it's loud. And I watch like Peter McKinnon, and I learn how to get better at videoing. Hey, where you going? Anyways, been watching this guy, Peter Santanillo, and he goes all kinds of places. Good night, Riley. Love you. I'll make sure I give you a kiss when I come up there. I don't plan on being too much longer. It's only 7:30. He went to the Amish, and he just filmed, and he was just kind of getting information from them, and he was being very respectful of their culture, and if they didn't want to do something, he would not do it, and here, let's get down here so you can be in it. So I've been learning about the Amish and all of the different branches that he has, or not that he has, but that's in the Amish, with like the Old Order, the something trooper. What's it? Something trooper. They're the ones that don't believe in electricity and do everything basically like the most strict way in the Amish world. Yes, Schwarzentrooper. Yes. And then you got the New Order, and then you've got where it goes to the so it goes from Schwarzentrooper to the Mennonite. Very very interesting channel, and been learning a lot. And just like I think he posted like 6 videos, and yes, Beachy Amish. That is the term he used. I have really been intrigued by it, and I feel like that lifestyle would be very fun and challenging to kind of do a reset, break away from the culture of technology, and kind of gain that discipline from just hardworking, and the community side of it is just so appealing to me. I really enjoy it. Let me see. We got Grumpy Grandpa Patriot Show. What is going on in here? Long time no talk, but at the same time, long time no talk to pretty much everybody. I think the person I talked to last here was Dawn from Hat Creek Homestead. She actually reached out and messaged me. What's the channel? It is Peter Santanillo. I think if I didn't butcher it, that's how it's pronounced. He's got like hundreds of thousands of subscribers. You could probably just type in he did like an Amish, there's an Amish, don't tap on that, an Amish auction that they did that's going to provide health care to the kids in the county, and they talked about all of that. That's the thing you miss most, is the community part. Yes, I believe it. They raised, yep, like $500,000. I think they said at that one particular one in the video, they were talking about in the $700,000 to $800,000 for the healthcare. But yes, where I live in Wichita, Kansas, there's a little, I don't know if you would consider it a little town, but there's a town named Hutchinson, Kansas, which is a very popular area for some of the Amish in Kansas. And with me being a teacher, it would be very nice one day to go out there and through these videos, people talk about how you can go there and just kind of soak in some stuff. I don't know if people would allow you to lodge with them and kind of just help their family out with anything and everything they need, at the same time gaining some skills and knowledge, and just building a community and a relationship with not only them, but having that time to break away to get to know my family more. It's when you're in the grind every day with work, school, and your children's activities in schools, you can kind of forget about a lot of things, and that is something that just appeals to me. You've been through there a lot, I'm assuming Hutchinson? You feel like there's ants? Let me come look. I don't think there's ants. Oh yeah, you need to spray that. Looks like you got some dry feet, man.
Let's go over there.
Audio is low. Sorry, I talk very, very quiet, but there's also people around.
Yeah, that's me.
Hey, I want you to tell everybody, but I need you to talk nice and loud. What is your favorite thing of being here in California?
Going to the beach.
Going to the beach? What'd you do on the beach?
Swim.
You swim? What
We
else did
found seaweed.
Seaweed? I don't know what it's called, but I think it's kelp.
Those are giant
What else did we do while we were out there? Camp Pendleton. Yep. That's not where we went, but we went south of there. Why can I not think of the name off the top of my head?
The Marines?
Yeah. What? Do you know the name of the camp that we went, or the base?
The Marine.
Well, kind of.
It's the one.
But it's if somebody says it in here, I would know. But it's a training facility. There's only 2 in the country. One in San Diego and one in no Virginia. I think of Virginia. Somewhere on the East Coast. It divides up by the Mississippi River. Paris, yes, South Carolina. You know what's really cool because
I know that.
what?
Marine base.
I did not know any of the lingo. I didn't know anything. I had zero knowledge about the Marines until I got here. Even the shirts that say
You know what's my
USMC,
favorite part when
like,
we were
I
flying
was
on
so
airplane?
dumb and didn't know what that meant, and it just means United States Marine Corps. But it's just because I kind of had I don't want to say sheltered, but my mom and dad weren't really. My dad really wasn't around for a while because my mom's decisions to keep us away. But my mom, she did her own things, and us children had to just fend for ourselves, and so we just didn't do anything other than like ride our bikes or the street lights, and so I didn't really have somebody to show me that or give me that experience, and so I learned all kinds of stuff, and I'm sure I annoyed the crap out of them because I was just asking millions of questions and learning the lingo, learning all kinds of things, and that was really fun experience for me. Heather Hopper, how you doing? Camp Pendleton is the other training center. They're actually heading out there. I think they headed out there today to work on some of their training after their graduation. Hello, Lila Newton. How are you doing? How's everything up there? Everything doing good? Long time no see. I mean, I see you here and there in other people's lives, but I haven't been live, so you haven't been able to see me or hear me. I only got 8 likes. What are you gonna say about that?
I hope we get 100 subscribers.
You're funny, dude. You're a funny dude.
We need to
100? He's a little odd, ain't he? Let's see what he's strange. What are you doing? right. I'm glad that everything's not bad out there. Kids that grow up like that educate themselves in life, they crave knowledge. Yes, that's one thing that I kind of lack is um, knowledge of the world around me. Um,
Oh, three.
outside of the little neighborhood, I guess you could say. I'm just sitting in the middle of the sidewalk or out here, but there's light. Lila Newton, I'm going to talk about my life again here in a minute, just because I'm getting a little bit more people in here. I'm actually not used to only like under 10 people in here at a time, but I'm assuming that it's a YouTube thing because I have not been on or posted anything in so long. It's just kind of like the notifications are down. That or somebody's going live that is more interesting. So I'm gonna talk about that in a second, and after I catch up these comments. Used to females only went to Paris. Okay, used to only females went to Paris Island. That's where I went. Depending on where you lived as a male, determined where you went, either California or South Carolina. He is definitely mine. He is a weird little cookie. Yeah, you're a weird cookie. If you were a cookie, what kind of cookie would you be? Any cookie.
The ones that I eat at Subway.
The ones that you eat at Subway. Oh, sorry.
No, you good.
There you go. There you good. I just about got ran over.
I'm tired. What does it say?
All right. Yes, he's okay. So you're a Subway cookie.
The one was the white ones.
The white chip macadamias. Why?
I like the dough.
It's a really sweet dough. You're real sweet but nutty at the same time. Is that why you're a macadamia cookie?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why, guys. He's sweet but a little nutty. All right. I'm going to. All right. So the quail are safe at night. I see. The quail are safe today. I've actually been cleaning them out. Been butchering some, selling some. I think when I made my last live stream where I was processing them, I think I was only at like 50 quail. I am afraid to let you know that I probably broke 200
What?
on quail, but I have sold and butchered enough to where I probably am back down to just under 100. Wickershire Project, how are you doing? I didn't ask that, I just read your comment and just... I have been gone forever. I looked at my last video that I posted, and it was a short, and that was over a month ago. But before that, it was a few months. But I will let you know, I have some stuff filmed, and I have one video edited and uploaded. It's just scheduled. And I keep bumping the date back because I want to do an update video so that everybody can see. To you guys, it would be progress on the amount of animals I have, but to me, since you guys weren't here on that adventure, the progress that I was at has actually dwindled down because I got a little bit too big and too wild on my numbers, which was just taking up more time. What? Oh, that's just an airplane. So I keep bumping that video back. It seems like every weekend I'm bumping it back to the next week. The reason why is when I film, it's been so long, and I bought some new equipment. I would say it was before the meetup. Just before the meetup, I bought a new equipment so I could use my phone, and I would film with my GoPro cords on my phone, and so I would have no audio. And then I would put my phone on, film a video, which is the video that is uploaded. And then when I go to use my GoPro, because of my yes, we'll go somewhere in a minute. Why do you want to go somewhere else?
Because I want to see.
You don't want to sit on concrete? But then I would film with my GoPro because my Google, what do you call it, storage is full because of all of the videos and pictures. And so the process of trying to go back and forth from my phone to my GoPro is kind of being a pain in the butt. And so there's a lot of footage that I cannot use because of the audio. I could just use it as like a B-roll, and or one of those videos that's just no talking at all and just put like soft music or whatever over it. Yes.
Can next video can you play Minecraft like we need to get?
He wants to do a Minecraft video. This dude is a Minecraft junkie. Isaiah, there's a lot of stuff when it comes to filming those that I don't have. You gotta have all this. I don't even know how to do it. My friend does, but
Yeah, you can just put the app.
you just want to put the phone. You can't do that.
You can just put the camera like on the TV show.
It's 2021. You can't do that
How?
because people don't like that. Everything's gotta be all cute and perfect and sound great.
We need to buy one of those cameras.
So you can play Minecraft.
Yeah, and we can like watch it. Even the TV and
The Wickershire Project. That sounds really good that you have your tiny home, which is your shed. I'm sure things are a lot more comfortable, a lot more quiet.
How does it get
How does what?
How does it get electricity?
They just put electricity in it. See that pole right there on top of that building?
Yeah.
So you can't see it right now, but there's a cord that I can see it going that way a little bit with the light, and it brings electricity from the poles.
Did he build a pool thing?
He probably did.
Then how the parallels like that way?
Do what?
How does the parallels go straight that way?
I don't know. They just put power line. There's a bat. Did you see the bat?
Huh?
There was a bat.
Oh.
Anyways, so I about got ran over, guys, by a bike. And I wanted to wait until he left. So the reason why it was kind of funny, but like he was like coming straight on me, and he like, so I'm sitting cross-legged in the middle of the sidewalk right here, and it goes that direction. And I'm sitting underneath the light right here, and he just peeled out around this door that goes into the basketball court to my left, and he was just coming. And honestly, I don't think he was all the way there on, substances issues, but he came and he stopped probably. No, he stopped right there, probably where this black grime is. Lila should have her wrench. Lila, comment real quick. You should have your wrench. But he stopped right there, and then, so the reason why is there was a young girl. She was of age, obviously. She looked like she'd probably 25, young 20s, middle 20s. And she was walking, and he was just like, I had my eyes on you, and I didn't see these guys on the ground. And so he literally about ran me over. Oh, there he is, riding away. There he is.
Looks like he got wrecked.
He probably heard me talking about it, so substance abuse. Alright, let's see what we got here. I need some moths. Well,
Dad, does he sound like that?
I don't have any trolls in here. I mean, we got one in here, the Wickershire Project, but he's good. He's a good troll. Shed gets hot by noon. We have fans blowing fresh air. With that comes the bugs. Yes. Something nice here in California is it gets pretty toasty here in the daytime, but at nighttime it gets pretty chilly. It's a perfect
Yeah.
temperature right now, but we have not had any bugs. Actually, I was actually sitting under this light and something hit me, which is the first time I have even seen
And
a
he
bug
threw
here.
it at me.
I did not throw a bug.
Yes, you did. And it hopped on me and I was clean off. Can you move somewhere else?
Hello, Lori Carp. How you doing? Whoa, dude.
It's like right.
Got me. I keep forgetting that camera is right there. So, Lila, you asked about life. Life for me has been very busy. I am in my last semester. I am finishing. This dude, man. Let's see. Dude is enough. He's over there screaming. Anyways, I'm in my last semester of my education degree. I've got some internship stuff that I'm signing up for. We're waiting to find out where I'm getting placed. And sorry, I was reading. Things are getting more and more thorough, so a lot of my attention is needed. Sorry, I keep reading comments and it throws me off, but at the same time, if I don't get comments during a video, I get very boring quick.
Got 12.
I got 12. I got 12 people in here. Well, 11 now, and then 12 thumbs up. So I've been doing some internship, signing up, and doing all the documents to get that all processed. Yes, people are complaining about my volume being very low, but I just talk very quietly, especially in public. It's just, I'm a shy guy. I'm really not a loud person. So I've got my internship stuff all submitted, waiting on a school in my area. Other than that, we're waiting on that so I can get my work stuff situated. I am predicting and I am trying to be prepared to step down, which is going to be a pay cut. At the same time with the pay cut, it can cut my hours down. So money's going to be tight, and so I'm just kind of doing a few things around the farm to get rid of or sell so that I can save money in the long run and not have that hassle. At the same time, my farm is getting to a point to where I'm scared to sell out because I can start making money now. I wouldn't say consistent, but more consistent. Like consistent enough to pay for the feed bill, and that is a goal of mine, is to pay for my own feed while feeding my family. What's up?
Yes.
You can walk it here from this gate and back if you want. You can act crazy, like as crazy as you want. So with the pay cut and hour cut, things will be tight. Next semester, I will be doing student teaching. We got all of that submitted, and we're waiting. Hey, we can't. There's a light right here. Look. There is nowhere else. This is the best spot. There's nobody really around here except that dude on the bike. Every once in a while you'll see a person walking by, but they're just going over there to go to the bars. But so with student teaching, I am most likely going to have no job at all. A goal of mine was to hopefully pump out some videos in the summertime and film a lot of videos, but that's also a time when I was having those camera issues with the new cords, getting them all mixed up and not having them labeled and not getting any audio. And I was hoping that I could like kind of get my channel a little bit more going to, you know, if $100 a month was going to help me, then that would be $100 more a month that I could, you know, put food on the table and stuff like that. And so that part is scary. And so I have been saving portions of my paycheck and then every bit of money that I've been making on my farm. And so like right now, I take my paychecks and I pay for food. I can afford the food right now for the animals. And what I'm doing is if I sell, like for example, just before vacation, I sold some fertilized eggs for $15, just a dozen of them, and I sold a pack of 5 dozen eggs for $15. They were for eating, and so those two are the same price, but there's a different amount of eggs and labor that comes into all of that. I sold 2 hens for 20 bucks. I sold 20 quail for 40 bucks. And so just with that money coming in, I've been putting it in stashes. And so that was just this week. When I get back home, I am going to meet with a guy that's going to buy 24 of my breeding age that are sexually mature quail. He is starting quail on his farm, and so I'm starting to sell a lot more stuff, and it's going to be it's the scary part of it for me is every business story that is successful always gets to the point to where they're about to give up and sell out of it or just cut the ties and call it a loss. I'm at that point right now to where I do need to cut back, or I need to just chug on the chains, and just keep going forward and not live in fear and just rely on faith to keep that going and provide money so that I can get through to student teaching. All right, hold on. Now that I'm done with that talk, what was you saying? I was sorry.
I'm tired.
You're tired? All right. You want to walk back? We're gonna wait just 1 minute, okay? See, we're gonna wait a minute until we're alone. Okay. I'm gonna catch up on comments while we're waiting. I will say this as well. Another big reason why I have not been able to do posting on YouTube is I'm trying to work on my personal life. With being so busy with the full-time job, coming home, feeding animals in the heat, and then I gotta feed the kids. My wife helps me out. She usually does most of the cooking and stuff. Dealing with the kids, destroying the house. Then I gotta do schoolwork. It is very stressful to where emotionally, spiritually, physically, I just get drained. And so, you know, when you're drained, when work doesn't go well, when school schedules are tight and you got all these deadlines, not only school deadlines, but then you've got like scholarship and internship deadlines with all the paperwork. All right, you hold on while I'm talking. It's very stressful, and so I get short with the kids a lot more often. You know, and they're young enough with 10 and 6 to where I hope and pray that they have enough sense to understand that the end is near, to where we can be graduated and be able to live a life to where I can pour more into them. With the whole youth pastor thing, I kind of stepped away from that, just so I can focus on school. And so I'm just trying to cut back and get back to more at being at peace, so that I can be a happier person. Whatever I did, your volume came in full force for a second. I didn't do anything. I did this to show Isaiah. I'm gonna read some comments real quick. M. Pedmar, you had a name that I picked up on the other live streams, and I don't remember it just because it's been so long. You shared a playlist of mine. I'll say this: if you search up on YouTube, and like, you don't have to click on that list. If you click on the list, if you're on a computer, right-click it and open it in a new tab, then you can play it if you want to, which will help me out. But I will let you know something that I have been doing behind the scenes on YouTube is I've been playing with my analytics. And if you go to my channel and you look up my most popular video, it is a rabbit sexing video, and it has a picture of a male and female and a little pink circle in the middle. I have learned that if you watch that video and you build the retention of that video, which means if you watch the full video and build that retention up, then YouTube, for them to make money, they suggest that video because people are watching not only that video more often, but they're watching the full length of the video. Granted, it's like a 3-minute video, so they can't really make much money off of it. And so if it was like longer than 8 minutes, they could throw a few ads in there to make money. So with me playing with analytics, you can hear my finger on the microphone. I think my microphone's on this side, but my hand's on this side. Maybe what if I cup this? That might be better. Hopefully I have not been wasting this whole live stream talking and you guys are just irritated and frustrated with the sound quality. The video is called, it's like sexing rabbits, finding out the gender of rabbits, something along those lines. But I know if you type in sexing rabbits, it should be the second video on YouTube that pops up. I've been getting an average like 500 views on it every 2 days, and I haven't posted. And so if you want to search that up and watch the full length of that, it'll boost that video and it would help me out. I'm gonna stop and scroll. Hold on, Isaiah. Let me see. Tubing and working is a challenge for sure. Granny Lana, don't know how to pronounce it. I should have asked you that at the beginning. I'm assuming it's Lana. Pray and visualize what you want and God will deliver. Yes, for sure. I'm not working, but we do not have any bills either besides the $27 one time per year land. Man, that's cheap. Put it down. My wife is texting me. You are fine. I'm here to support you. Thank you so much. We're gonna walk back, so it's gonna get dark. And hopefully, you guys can still hear me. But before we go across in the darkness, I'm going to flip the camera around and I'm gonna show you the bay.
This is the black island.
All right, so it's spelled, pronounced Granny, L-A-N. Okay, I got it. All right, let's stop moving so you can see. I can't tell if it's trying to pick up that picnic table on clarity. I can't tell. I feel like it's not clear. Alright, so you get to see a dark screen for a minute, but I'll be talking. A like apple. Apple. Rick, I need to do a perimeter walk around the property and check the chickens. Good to see you. Everyone have a great night. Much love from the Shire. Later. Have fun, man. Stay safe out there. It's good to hear from you again, and it was fun to check up with you guys and let you all know that we're safe and well and all that fun stuff. Good night, Lila Newton. Catch you on the next one. I'm hoping to do another one. I feel like live videos are a lot easier to get connected with you guys. The thing I hate about it is I don't want to be one of those channels that only go live. It irritates me because, you know, I get it. You can get a lot of people in here. You can get a lot of questions in here. You can get a lot of information and knowledge in here. Doing those, you can make a little bit more money because people usually sit down for an hour and just chat, and I get that. But most of the time, people just want to, like, hold up a second. We got a ship. Isaiah, we got a ship over here. We got a big ship. We're gonna see this big ship. Sorry if the wind is big and bad, but I'm gonna run. I'm waiting. Let's go. Come on. Look, you flapping like a chicken. Let's go. Let's look at this ship. Look at this big boat. Come on. Let's go. Come on. We're gonna miss it. Do you see it? Do you see that ship? Look in the water. See all those lights? All right, we're getting there. This thing's huge. Look at this. Let me do something real quick. I think I touched the back. I'm gonna bring out the camera. Oh man, it's so blurry. It's so blurry. Do you see anybody on there? I don't either. Do you see that thing on the back? I don't. You can't see it in the video. But in the back, it's got a wheel that paddles. See it? See the wheel on the back right there? It's paddling, and it spins. I wonder if I do this. I don't see anybody out there either. Is it what? You like that boat? It looks very expensive to ride that. We only got 3 people on here now. I'm assuming somebody else is going live, or it's if it's late, 10 o'clock at night, my time. All right, we just ran further away from the condo just to see that. I don't know what caught my attention back there. We're not that far. Hey, I'm sorry I had you running, but was that fun to go see that boat? Let me hold your hand. You want a piggyback ride? All right, you're gonna hold on tight, okay? You want to get something like this?
Also, you put me on this plate.
Daniel, you know I can't hop on Cold War. I'm in California. I don't have anything but my Switch here. I've been playing my Nintendo Switch on the airplane. But thank you so much for the super chat. $1.99 is gonna help me out. You're like, no, I'm trying to scoot you up. Stop! Wow, cash up my two. That's funny. Here, I'm gonna put you down because you're not wrapping around my hips that good. See that house with the lights on it? With all the lights that's real lit up? That's where that wedding's at, so we're pretty close. Barefooted kid. Hmm? You said you got bad toes? Ooh, you smell that? It smells like hot dogs. You're right, that is hot dogs. When you barbecue hot dogs. You wanna go in the sand? Here, let me pick you up. He's in first grade right now. You like your teacher? Isaiah? Do you like your teacher? Yeah, he really likes his teacher. He really likes school. He enjoys playing with his friends. When you get those surprising, I grew up barefoot too. I prefer it. I wish I did it. I could do it now, but I'm always going. And then where I'm at on the farm, there are so many stickers, and so that part right there is a deal breaker for me on that. I'd have to walk in the street. My kids run around barefoot all the time. I would if I did not have stickers. We almost have to wear stickers in the house because we bring them in from our shoes. Look at this kid. I don't know if you can see him. So yes, just before I get back around all these people, I did film some of the Marine graduation and some of the emotions that happened. My wife has only seen me cry once. She saw me kind of choking up pretty hard here today. There is the military holds a big place in my heart because I support the troops, any troops and all troops, and the emotions that they feel with, you know, them not being around their family, their friends, being far away. So it just wrecked me a little bit on the inside, knowing all of the emotions that he's been feeling. Had a moment in time to where he could feel that love, that affection, and closeness with his family. Um, was there for a moment but gone, and we adopted a Marine while we were there, and that wrecked me as well. That is weird. I just smelled the smell that I smell on the Marine camp, on the base. There's a smell that they have. I'll get the password here in a second.
It's mine.
Anyways, before I go in the door, because I might lose service. Um, I plan on uploading that video, and so you guys can kind of experience my first flight and the emotions. And yes, with the military, I got choked up, and my wife got to see that. It was actually pretty funny because you know how guys are. They're very tough. They don't want to cry. They don't want to be caught, tearing up and crying. And she actually came to me laughing, and I thought it was her. I wouldn't say making fun of me, but I thought she was kind of just laughing because she is seeing me choking up. And so I just kind of put my hand out, and I was like, no, 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 because I thought she was laughing at me, and she got real offended. But I made well with her and said sorry because that's not what I intended. Is to push her away and let her feel that. I'm gonna run through the stairs real quick, so if I lose service or get fit buffers, that's why. It is dark in the condo. I don't think there's any lights. Let me do something real quick. You can I'm gonna do something real quick. Do what? All right, so I'm trying to see. There we go. These guys over here having a wedding down there. Did you guys experience any buffering while I ran up the stairs? I'm just kind of wasting some time. Kind of that was my first experience of quiet time here in California. Well, yesterday I got to run around the town by myself, walking around through the alleys of the condos, and then through the little market area with the food. That was fun. But a lot of the places were closed, like the rentals for the surf, the longboards, scooters, rollerblades, bikes. They were all closed because it was probably 9 p.m. at night here. It makes a big difference when they like their teachers. Yes, that is a big positive thing with the influence on listening, the discipline. When you have the atmosphere, with the teaching, if you have a lot of respect from the students, and sorry, I keep getting distracted by people that talk too loud over here. Well, we're not in LA, we're in San Diego, so we are south of there. I don't know how far, but I know LA is pretty close. But around here, it's mainly tourists.
Daddy, can you bring your backpack?
For what? I don't have band-aids in my backpack. Is there any in the bathroom? Did you go check the drawers?
I can't reach them.
There's no drawers that tall. Anyway, so the area around here is not that bad. A bunch of tourists. Other than that, there's a lot of young people, young adults, or people around the age of getting ready to become an adult. And they're just running around on their scooters, and they're not bugging anybody. There's nothing wild. The only thing wild that happened was, so we sleep with the windows open. We're on the second floor. How bad is your toe bleeding? What did you? Whoa, bro. Oh, you scraped your toe on the ground, bro. Go wash it off with the soap. The soap that's in the sink. The kitchen sink. That'll be a better one. Huh? It'll stop bleeding. It already stopped bleeding. It's just, you gotta wash it off. Go wash it off with that soap. Huh? No, just. But yeah, it's very laid back. I enjoy the atmosphere of all of the people running. There's a lot of people running, staying in shape. I'm gonna shut this door so I'm not talking loud for them. Isaiah left it open. So, I'll show you the view right here. Oop. So, here's my balcony right here. And there is this sidewalk that goes all the way down. And there's a bay. And then there's this little island thing for parking. And then there is a sidewalk that goes all the way down. And you can see the reflection on the water. And then there are people just run and walk and cycle and rollerblade. And at nighttime, it's not as common to see someone run by every second, but you can sit out here during the day and you constantly see people all the time. And I enjoy that, seeing the different people. Hey, shut that. Shut it. You're okay. You're okay now. You want to sit down, or do you want to go inside and go to bed? Or do you want to take a shower? Huh? You already took a shower? You want to go to bed? Not yet. I don't know. I'm a little sleepy. Your mom texted me and said I had to get my stuff packed up. How's that video, that sound? I think I had it covered a little bit. What do you want to do? Huh? I don't know. I'm just going to go with the flow. Lori Carp, I plan on teaching grade school for the beginning. And so I'm going to start in grade school, possibly 6th grade. Hey, you keep interrupting me. But your foot is good. You're not bleeding anymore. You're good. Just leave the sock off. Don't put a sock on there, so then your sock don't get stuck to your scab. Okay? Just leave your sock. Take your other sock off. Well, you want to just run around the house with one sock? It's okay. Are you going to bed? Are you gonna go lay down? Are you gonna stay out here? All right, shut the door then. All right, so let me get back to that topic. I plan on doing K through 6. I don't want to say that I want to stay there. I am hoping to further my education and or get certified to teach high school. I want to hopefully teach something like physics, which is a science, or I want to teach trigonometry, which is a high level. Both of those classes are higher level, and so the idea behind the higher level is you're getting.
Daddy, now I'm ready.
You're ready to go to bed?
Yeah.
Oh, you got your shoes on? You're ready to party? Huh?
Oh, which
With
one is?
with the idea, you only have one sock on. You don't want to get your scab inside this shoe like that. That's yucky. Take the shoe off. Okay, just leave it like that. You'll be okay. You'll be fine. Um, so the idea with doing higher level math or any higher level class is you have students who want to be there, and you don't have to deal with as many of the kids that have, those problems that want to come in and do distractions and all of that garbage. Because, hey, look at this. From my balcony, you see all that spot with all the lights? That is that ship. Um, because when it comes to issues, the biggest issue with teachers is parents, and I will tell a parent to sign up for an MMA class, and I will go sign up, and we can spar because
Daddy,
because
I'm ready to make a video.
you're ready to make a video. This kid is so weird. Anyways, I saw. Okay, so in Petmar, my wife is the special ed teacher. She's the one who is going to school to be a special ed teacher. She is a special education para right now. I do not have it in me to be a special ed teacher in any way, shape, or form. Yes, he stubbed his toe. Um, when we were running, he scraped it. He didn't scrape it very bad. It's mainly just like a little scuff.
That was not that
How smart is you, country boy? Honestly, I'll say this: with all of the college and with the field of teaching, I kind of feel like I'm not prepared, and it's a scary feeling because I'm going to be teaching the future generation, and I feel like the skills and the things that I'm covering now are not going to be what's going to shape me as a better teacher, but it's kind of like I'm going over like
Dad,
the building and the creation of lessons, but when you're in a curriculum, they're already there for you. Huh?
come down.
You're gonna go lay down?
Oh, we'll start going down there.
You're going down there? No, we're not going down there.
You know?
You told me to come up here, and I'm sitting down. I'm comfortable. I won't get ran over by a bike like I did earlier in this live. Um, and so that part really kind of scares me because I don't have experience in the teaching field. All I have is my first and only job at Subway, and I guess you can say the only teaching experience I have is training and managing the crew, and then managing stores. Um, I'm not the strict one. I'm the laid back boss that um, we'll talk about issues and stuff like that, and we'll create a resolution together, and I will see their problems and I will be very understanding of them because there's a lot of times where places create unrealistic Isaiah, quit unrealistic, impossible goals, which all of the goals that are unrealistic and impossible are very, very important, but hitting every one of them is not really realistic for a person who cares to have emotions and some time away from work to be a sane human being. Um, and so that's about all I have to offer when it comes to stepping into that position in the teaching. And so earlier in the live stream, we talked about how I was sheltered because we was always at home and all we ever did was run the neighborhood until the street lights came on and we just rode bikes and played in tree houses and stuff. And then with like everything in life, there's many, many questions. And, like today was the Marines. I was asking them all these questions about how all the phases went. I didn't even know there was phases. And so I've learned a lot just this weekend. Opened my eyes up. There's a lot of people going by at this time. Kind of a spurt of about 6 people. And so I know that when I do the internship, there's going to be a lot of questions that I'm going to ask. And as teachers come through my line at the store, I'm asking them, questions like, hey, what's some advice for somebody who's doing internship, getting ready to do their student teaching, when they're a first year, whatever grade or category of grades, what is some advice? And so I've just been a book full of questions, and I've been getting a lot of advice from teachers, and some of them are like, don't do it, and in reality, like that's kind of everywhere. Like everywhere's so strapped nowadays to where um, it's hard to go to work because people don't want to work these days, and most people are short-staffed, and unfortunately, some of the staff just doesn't work, and it can be very hard for the person who does a good job and can be a hard worker because they just mentally become gone, and they're just not really thinking. And I hate being at that level in that state of mind because it can be very unsafe and very unhealthy. Um, I have 2 kiddos I adopted with quad cerebral palsy. That would be rough. That would be really rough. I My wife could do that, but I don't know if I could. But kudos to you. That's great of you. Um, so with the special ed thing, in Bedmart, and yeah, just you was talking about that. As a regular education teacher, we still have to learn how to be inclusive with our lessons. And when we create a lesson, we have to kind of learn the class and, um, you know, make modifications to the lessons to help that student be successful. And so, I won't be a special ed teacher, but there will be times where, I might have a dyslexic student or somebody with ADHD, ADD, um, and whatever it may be that makes it a little bit harder for them to learn. These comments keep going away. Definitely. Yes. I have kids the year before they go to I like kids the year before they go to junior high because they're trying to act mature but are goofy. Yes, that is true. And me being a very goofy, off the wall kid, bouncing off the walls, being very active. Somebody drunk over there at the wedding. Wild. Um, I can relate well with middle schoolers. Um, you're learning to mature. At the same time, you're still a child. Um, I feel like most men kind of are stuck mentally in that middle school mind where everything's still a joke. If you're a wife, you will agree. Um, we're just grown children, but it's a very wonderful time, and a very wonderful age. But at the same time, it's one of the most stressful because there's a lot of hormones and a lot of emotions and a lot of things that just happen, because it's crazy. Um, I would teach through an online school myself. See, that would probably be easier when it comes to like struggles, but when it comes to technology, I'm more of a hands-on person, and so I would like to equip them and be there in person to walk them through it. I feel like I can accomplish my tasks better by being there. So the online thing would be very, very hard for me. And when it comes to online, I can become very impatient very quickly to where, if a student doesn't get something, like when you're just explaining how to look at the bottom of the screen and click the green button, sometimes they don't get that. And it seems so simple for them to just look down and there's a green button, but sometimes you gotta hover over something to make all the icons pop up. And so sometimes doing all of that can be a very big headache. Let me check my phone life real quick. 14%. Don't get me wrong, being a teacher takes a special person, and like I said, I think that you have a perfect temperament to be an awesome teacher. You also know how to have fun. Um, I will say that can be very questionable. You know, for example, when I was at a youth camp for church, I was one of the youth leaders, and I had a group of kids. Granted, this was 'I'd say, probably 5 to 6 years ago. I was a lot younger, a lot more immature. I was a youth leader, and I had a group of students, kids, in I don't know what you'd call it, but we had a section in the basement, and each youth leader would have like 8 students, and you would compete in like cleaning your areas and having the most, like almost military style, like the cleanest beds, straightened up everything, um, quiet and in line. And we lost every single one of those. We were dead last, but I won an award. I got dirtiest room of the week, um, most unorganized room of the week, and that is my life, kind of unorganized when it comes to belongings. It's literally organized chaos. I know where everything's at, but to other people, it's very unorganized. But to me, I know where everything's at. And so that is a negative thing about a negative trait that I carry. Um, but while I was youth leader, my middle school mentality come out, and we would towel fight. We roll the towels up and we whip each other. But granted, the mature side of me had rules where we were not allowed to hit above the belly button. We were not allowed to go for the crotch area. Granted, that happened. If somebody did not have a towel, they could not get whipped. So people would find loopholes where they would whip somebody while they weren't looking, and they'd drop the towel so they could not get hit. But that was the rule. In order for me to be safe and keep myself safe, that was a rule that I made. And if any student or child broke the rules, I would whip them with a towel. And I'm pretty nasty and scary with a towel. Ask Jason Crocker and Matt Payne. We were at Paragon Ridge Ranch, and it was raining and people had towels, and somebody whipped a towel up, and nobody knew it, but I was in the back corner and I was rolling up this nice rat tail of a towel, and I whipped it in the air and it sounded like an actual whip, and it wouldn't even hit anything. And I whipped Matt Payne right on the butt cheek with it, and he was squealing like a pig. You guys would have loved to see it. But I was very, very nasty with a towel, and I still am very nasty with a towel. I don't whip the kids with it, but um, every once in a while I just like whip things. I love the sound of the whip, and so um, none of the students wanted to go against me with a towel, and so they really listened to the rules. And so I guess one thing you can learn from that is, you have to be the bigger person when it comes to like management and setting the rules and the standards of the room and sticking to them. And so like, but that's me. I'm not perfect, and I never plan to pretend I'm perfect. Uh, but I can still learn from it. I had one cowboy kid in the youth room that was, gosh, he was probably 16, and he challenged me, and it was like an old shower room where it's all cinder blocks, and it was like old fights back in the day where you go in a little dungeon. Everybody rounded up in a circle in this room, and me and this guy would be in the middle, and we would just be whipping, and it was whip until someone drops out and gives up. There was no time limit or nothing. I'm talking, we left bruised, and then you'd whip that towel, and you hear, oh, because like in that room it echoed so much, the whip noise, and you you can hear how bad it hurt. Like there'd be bruises and welts like crazy, but it was so fun. It was so fun, and this is actually funny because this is something that one of the youth leaders did when I was a kid. And it was such a fun time in my life that I ended up bringing this to another church camp. I haven't been back to that church camp, and I'm not saying it's because of that. It's just the people that I had in contact to get to that camp and sign up. The ties there are no longer there, so that's why I'm not at that camp. But um, there's students out there that they that's a big memory to them and a big impact. And I might not know it, but they could be doing the same thing, um, making memories for other students that they're now overseeing. I have 10% battery life, guys, so I'm gonna probably close this up. Yeah, don't mess with me with a towel. It is not, and do not encourage me to do this at a meetup, because I will not be allowed at any meetups. I've never spanked my kids. They never needed it. I don't think. I won't comment about my kids. But I don't whip them with a towel. I'll say that. But to you guys, it's been 95 minutes just since this live stream. So I'm going to get out of here. Um, it was wonderful getting back to talking with you guys. It was nice to see the faces and the names of people that I've built relationships with in the past and met at meetups. What is this going? Crazy kids. But I'm gonna jump out of here. I hope you guys have a wonderful night, a wonderful time, whatever your time zone's in. Stay safe out there, and I love you guys. See y'all later.